Hi everybody, today we're going to go through the circle, the question in 2020 exam, paper 2. So here's the question. They're giving us a circle and they're telling us the point A is the center of the circle, so that's there. And they're telling us we have a line L, which is a tangent at T, so this is T. And they're showing us that B is 5/8, and that's written in the picture, and they're saying find BT. These two lines, BT with two lines, means the distance between B and T. So we're looking for the distance between B and T. In order to find the distance between B and T, there are two options. One option, if we can find the point T, we can do the distance between 2 points. Well, as it is, it doesn't look as if we can find the point T. Option 2, we'll have to see. So first of all, we take the circle, a given circle, and the first thing in these questions, if you don't know what to do, is find the center and the radius. So I'm reminding how we define the center. The coefficient of x and the coefficient of y will define the center. So minus 4 equals 2g. Divide by 2, so g equals minus 2. And remember in the logbook it says that minus g minus f is the center. So we need 2 equals minus g. So the g part is, the x part is 2. We do the same for the f part. So 2 equals 2 f's. So f is 1, so minus f, that's the one for the center, is minus 1. So we know now that our center is 2 and minus 1. Once we find the center, we put it in the picture, so it'll be easy for us to kind of get an idea what we need to do. And then we also find the radius, and remember the radius in the logbook it says is the square root g squared plus f squared minus c. So g squared and f squared, we can just take our g and f and square them. And remember, it doesn't matter plus or minus when you're doing g squared and f squared. It doesn't matter if you take plus or minus the number, because in both cases it's going to be positive. So I'm just going to take the positive number. So 2 squared plus 1 squared minus c. And c is the number that stands here. So it's minus 4 root. So minus 4 is 4. 4 and 4 and 1. Square root comes out 3. That means our radius is 3. So once we have this, any given question they give you a tangent, always connect the center of the circle to the tangent and make a 90-degree sign. So you'll remember that this is actually perpendicular. And we know now that this distance here is 3. So there is no way to find the line, let's say AT, and then find the point T or anything like that. So instead of finding the coordinate, I have to think what other option I have with 90 degrees to find the length. And I think, and I figure out that, oh, I remember I have Pythagoras in my pocket. So if I connect this point from here to here, this triangle here becomes a 90-degree triangle, and I can do a Pythagoras to find the line BT if I know how much BA is. But I can find how much BA is because I can just use the formula for distance between 2 points. So it's a square root, x minus x, so 5 take 2 to be squared, plus y minus y, so 8 minus 1 to be squared. And we calculate that. So that's 9 squared is 81, and 3 squared is 9. So that is the square root of 90. So now we know that this length here is the square root of 90. And now we put it all in the Pythagoras formula. So BT to be squared plus 3 squared equals the square root of 90 squared. So this is 9, this is 90, and that's BT. Sorry, this is bad handwriting. So BT equals 81, and of course that's BT squared, equals 81. So BT equals 9. Now remember, usually when we do square root, we have to take plus minus, but when Pythagoras, we never do because these are lengths. The length has to be the positive number. So the length BT comes out to be 9. Go to the second part of the question. We have two circles, and they're telling us these two centers, their center is on the x-axis. Each of these circles has a radius 5. And they both pass at the point 1, 4. So I'm just going to make an illustration so I can see what they're talking about. And they're telling me basically I have a circle here, a circle here. I don't really know where. I don't really care to. At that point, let's say is 1, 4. And their centers is on the x-axis. So this is the x-axis. Now, so if this is the x-axis and the question is asking me find the equation of the circles. To find an equation of the circle, I need to know the center of the circle. And I need to know the radius of the circle. I know that the radius of this circle is 5. So all I have to do now is find the center. Now I know that the center is an x. So I'm going to just look at one of these circles, and I'm just going to call the x as x and the y is a 0 because it's on the x-axis. And now I have to figure out how will I find this x. So in order to find x, I need to create an equation, something that I know that I can solve. An equation means something equals something. So I remember now that they told me that my radius is 5. That means the distance between this point and that point there is 5. So I can actually do again the distance formula. So I'm going to do the distance formula. 1 minus x to be squared plus 4 minus 0 to be squared equals the radius, which was a 5. Every point on the circle, the distance between the point and the center is the radius, so I can do that. So I'm going to calculate that. 4 squared is 16, and I need to square both sides in order to be able to continue. Okay, so once I square, the square root on the left hand side cancels, and on the right hand side 5 squared is 25. I'm going to take 16 from both sides. And at this stage I need to I have two options. One, I can multiply out and then do my minus b formula. Or option 2, I can just say if this number squared is 9, this number has to be 3, or this number can also be minus 3, because also minus 3 squared gives 9. Now I just solve these two options and rearrange. So x comes out minus 2, and in the other option x comes out that was a 3 there, sorry. So x comes out 4. In other words, my center is 4, 0, or my center is minus 2, 0. Now the question says find the equation of the circle. So for the left hand side, the equation of the circle is x minus minus 2, so it's x plus 2 to be squared, plus y minus 0, so just y squared, equals the radius squared. The radius was 5, so 25. And on the right hand side, x minus 4 to be squared, plus y minus 0, so just y squared, equals the radius squared, which is a 25. So we have our two equations, C1 and C2. Thank you very much. See you in the next lesson.